Hey everyone, welcome back to Mastering UI. In this tutorial, I'm going to walk you through how to create a flying character system in Unreal Engine 5.6. We will cover everything from setting up the inputs to adding smooth movement control and making sure your character feels responsive while in the air. By the end of this video, you will have a solid flying system that you can use or expand on your own project. As you can see, I have this character, so I'm going to download flying animation. So let's search on flying. So I have this one, so I'm going to set this to in place. I'm going to download this one without skin. Now let's get another one, floating animation, this one. Oh sure. Okay, I'm going to download this one without skin. Okay, now I'm going to import this animation. So we have this animations here, you can see. Okay, now we have to create a animation blend space. Let's set this to plain space flying. Okay, open this one, horizontal axis, set this to speed. This is going to be direction -50 and maximum value is going to be 50. On speed, set this to 600. Okay, now we have this floating, so I'm going to plug this floating on 0 direction, also 50, also -50. So we have this float animation, and flying, set this to 600, and also direction is going to be 0. So we have this flying, so I'm going to duplicate this flying. This is going to be flying up. Open this one, add a key. We have this flying up animation. Let's duplicate this one. This is going to flying down. Now set this up animation here, also flying down here. Now we have this flying up animation. Okay, now on asset, we have this weight speed, set this to 2. That's nice. Okay, I'm going to close this one. Now I have to drag this one here, hit compile, set this speed to speed. Also have to promote this direction to a variable. Now on event graph, on pawn, let's get control rotation, then get actor rotation, delta rotator. Okay, split this pin. Now I have to plug this direction to pitch. Okay, that's nice. I think it's working. Okay, Now in third person character, I'm going to do in blueprint, let's create a blueprint enumerator, enum character movement. Open this one. Let's create an enumerator. This is going to be walking and this is going to be flying. So we have this walking and flying enumerator. Let's create another blueprint interface. This is going to be interface animation blueprint. Open this one. And this is going to be set. Okay, update movement animation, add a input, and this is going to be our enum character movement, this one. Hit compile. Now in animation blueprint, go to class setting. We have to implement interface animation blueprint. Let's implement this one. Now I'm going to promote this to a variable. This is our movement. So now in anim graph, let's get this movement and then search for blend poses enum character movement, this one. So I'm going to plug it here. Let's add this walking and also flying. Set this to default local motion. I'm going to duplicate this one. This is going to be walking also, and this is flying. Hit compile. Now we can control our character movement animation based on this enumerator. So now in third person character, let's create a variable. This is going to be enum movement character movement. Okay, let's add a function called key input. Set this to F. Now I'm going to add a flip flop. I'm going to set this to flying, and this is walking. Also, we have to update this event here. So we have to do for that, we have to get our mesh component and then get any instance. Now we can call this function update movement animation, this one. That's nice. Set this to flying. Set this to walking. Okay. Now let's try. Now we are in walking state. Now if I press F, now we are in flying state. Also, we have to update our character movement based on our character mode. So we'll search for set movement mode to flying, walking. Yeah, it's working. Okay, and now I'm going to do right here. This is our movement input, so I'm going to make some space here. Let's get this enumerator, and then I'm going to search for switch on movement. Now on flying, we have to do, let's copy this add movement input. Okay, let's copy this 2 node, paste here, reconstruct. Okay, let's not do that. I'm going to get control rotation and plug it on our direction. That's all I have to do here. Now here you can see, if I press F, now we can fly. Okay, now in our animation anim graph right here, we can smooth this blend. So let's set this to 0.5. Now you can see we have this smooth blending between this walking and flying state. That's nice. I think also I have to do inside this blend space. Wait, let's set this to 1. Maybe let's check. We can fly. Oh, one thing, make sure in character rotation you use orient rotation to movement. I think that's all you have to do. Okay, now we have an issue here. Now if I press S, here you can see we are moving forward. If I press A, we are moving forward. Also D, we are moving forward. To fix that, all you have to do in third person character, on scale value, you have to plug this X value to scale value. I think that's all you have to do. Now if I press F and then A, nothing will happen. On D, it's not working. Now if I press S, here you can see we are moving backward. Now if I press W, here you can see we are moving forward. I think you can change flying speed also. I think, yeah, max flying speed. Let's set this to 6000. That's a lot. No, let's set this to 1000. I think on flying up, I'm going to set this like that. That's nice. That looks better.